welcome to today's Pick a Card. I'm so excited to see what messages are here from your heart. Some studies show that the heart has its own intelligence, and not only that, but it might just be smarter than your mind. Can you imagine? And all the time we think, all right, so just getting ready here. Renata, welcome. I am so glad to see you. I hope that you received your email. Thank you so much for reaching out. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to check my settings here. I'm just going to turn this. And can you all still hear me? If you can hear me right now, would you please say yes that you can hear me? I'm just adjusting my settings. Hi, Leah. Awesome, awesome, good, good. I am anxious to be able to chat with you. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, good deal. Thank you. I was having a little trouble with my settings, and so thank you. All right, so now this heart right here, I picked up when I was living in Mexico. There were so many beautiful rocks down there, and it touches me that hearts can show up in nature, right? So, hey, Rhoda, welcome. Isn't it cool how nature gives us what we need over and over and over again? Yesterday's live reading was about worry. And so, if you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out because I was shocked, literally, by what the cards taught about worry yesterday. So, be sure to pick that up. And today we're going to do reading specifically for you. You guys, I want to be able to answer your questions and give you just a peek into divine guidance because, of course, with only one card, it's hard to dive deep. But I do want your heart to connect with mine and to be able to give you a bit of encouragement, a bit of wisdom, what it is you're looking for most, okay? So what we'll do here is I'm just going to start off here with you guys that have shown up first. So Renata, Leah, and Divine Timing. And then as the reading progresses, I won't be able to keep track of the people. I'm going to be focused on the cards. And so I do the style that I call here, right now readings. So if you're here at the moment that I am ready to choose a new person and you let me know you're here, I will draw you a card, okay? Oops. All right, so let's get started. I've got my cards all shuffled up. And so if you have a particular question, Renata, is there a specific question that you would like me to deal with today? And then Leah, Divine Timing. Okay, let's just spread. I'm just going to spread the cards here to get ready to draw them. Okay, and I know we're on a little bit of a delay. Yes, there was yin and yang in that heart that I showed, wasn't there, Rhoda? All right, so no specific question. Okay, cool. I love that, you guys, because that really opens up the heart. The messages from the heart can be for your general situation right now. All right, let's just draw a card for Renata. So eager to meet you, Renata. Oh, Leah, first time you're moving out of your parents. Okay, cool. All right, Renata, let's take a look. We have the King of Pentacles here. All right. All right, with our King of Pentacles, it does look like there is I'm picking up that your heart wants you to know that you've been depending too much on your own understanding, that you have been kind of tied up in a knot trying to figure some things out, huh, Renata? Isn't that true? And no matter how hard your brain is working to help you figure out why, what's going on, the more questioning that you do, the more confused you get. And when we look at this figure, who is out, it's a figure of the king, of course, and Pentacles is about finances, but it's also about security, deep security. And your heart wants you to know that this energy is within it. Okay, your heart holds security. Your heart, excuse me, your heart holds the answers that you're looking for. When I look at how comfortable he's relaxing, and it makes me think about meditation and what you might be doing to keep yourself calm so that your heart can get through to you. There's a level of contentment here, and while you may not be contented in some areas of your life, because none of us has all of our answers, right? We have some things that are working out fantastic, where we have mastery, but right now, when it comes to your home, your relationships, and your finances, those may be things that are pulling you into your mind. And when you are overthinking things, when you are eliminating your heart guidance, you can really feel confused. I was thinking today about the situation in the world right now, which seems very troubling. But then I thought back in time, way back in history, when things looked terrible for people and people were living through terrible times. 14th century, 15th century, that over hundreds of years, there's been ups and downs that go with culture. And what's going on right now might be troubling you, Renata, but the truth is that your key is within your heart. So today, do yourself a favor, get out a piece of paper and write down all of the things that are working well for you right now. And even though your life isn't perfect, there's at least 2 or 3 people, circumstances, or maybe even a pet that can bring you a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. Take a picture of this figure in your mind and purpose to yourself that you will seek the counsel within to bring you that hope and comfort that you're looking for today. Okay, Renata? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support for the channel. And don't forget, you guys, you may pick up a word of wisdom from somebody else's reading, which is a big reason why these collective readings are so powerful. Now, Leah, this card at the very end over here moved, and I'm going to pick it for you. Moving out of your parents' home for the first time. This can be a challenge. Okay, you're welcome, Renata. Okay. So I can speak as a parent. I'm a grandparent right now, but I can remember that when my children left my household, it was hard for me. And even though I wanted for them to experience life and to be able to be successful, I felt like I was losing them. That as they go up and they float into their life and they're going on to their own situation, I didn't understand how to handle it. So the first thing I'm telling you, Leah, that your heart is so tender towards your parents, isn't it? That you hold so much love for them. And the last thing you want to do is cause them unnecessary pain. Isn't that true? And yet, there's a call on your life to reach out and move forward. So I want to point out to you, can you see this little hand, these hands down here? And those signify to me that your parents are going to be just fine. And your heart wants to comfort you today. It's impossible to make everybody happy. Can you all, anybody who can relate to that, just tap that little heart button down at the bottom of your screen, because all of us, through different times of our development, we can be very troubled about what other people think. Am I the only one? Surely not. And so, Leah, what you need to realize is you need to trust that your parents' love, see how the love is shining out from this heart, that your parents' love will never desert you. They will love you no matter where they are. And as they are releasing you to the next chapter of your life, they're sending you with love. See how this cup is attached? They'll never lose their love for you. And as you go forward and jump into, oh my gosh, I love that. Did you guys see? Our dog has a jacket, and I was joking, he was the pig that flies. Isn't that something? And that gives me goosebumps. Good morning. It's 11:11 right now. How cool. Divine timing that you'll be next, and then Mystic Christina. And I'll try to keep up best I can. So thank you for that confirmation. That's Spirit's way of letting you know, Leah, that you're in the right place at the right time to receive this reading today. What you need to realize is that the spirit is coming forward to your parents and will bring fulfillment to them because they've completed their job of raising you up. And so they are ready. Even though they may not act like it, they are ready to release you. Now, for you personally, you may feel a little bit out in thin air, that you're floating, that you don't have roots yet, but you will. Your heart wants you to know you're way stronger than you think you are, and that there's a beautiful future ahead for you. Okay, my friend? I will explain that today's readings are all about what your heart wants you to know, and it's important to realize that with just one card, it's just a peek. If you want a private reading, if you would like me to create a video for you, I would love to do that. All you have to do is email me at patternbreakertarot@gmail.com, or you can check out my website, manifestfaster.com, okay? So A Rose, group reading on relationships. Absolutely. During the week, Rose, I do daily live readings coming on about the same time, and I do themes every single day, and I do a lot of live readings on relationships. You may want to peek at the playlist, and you will find some readings that are already finished and ready for you to watch, okay? Hi, Anjana. And so let's moving right along here. I want to get as many readings as I can in today, and divine timing, my dear Rhoda. Hey, Bina, my dear, everybody please send hugs and love to Bina, magnificent success, who comes to help me out with my channel. Thank you so much, Bina. Okay, my dear Rhoda, divine timing. And Rhoda, this card, what your heart wants you to know. This card kind of makes me want to take a deep breath. So everybody, let's take a deep breath. Okay, now, Rhoda, I know it may seem impossible in your life right now because of all the things that are going on for you, but stepping out, stepping away, separating yourself from the expectations of others is the message your heart is whispering to you today. Divine timing, Rhoda, put your hand up on your heart right now, right on your chest. And as you begin to feel the warmth that goes from your hand to your chest, your heart is receiving that as a hug. Your heart has been trying to get your attention. It's so critical that you take care of yourself first. You know how you get on the airplane and they give you their instructions, and what do they say? Put your oxygen on first. Do not put the oxygen on the person next to you, even if it's a child, because you're not going to do yourself any good if you stop breathing. And in a way, that is what your heart is knocking at the door of your mind to let you know. You may feel it's impossible because, so many people need you. But did you know that if you even take 5 minutes a day, Rhoda, 5 minutes a day to sit in a chair with your eyes closed, that's it. That is what meditation is. But so many times when we hear the word meditation, we feel like it's out of our league, that it is something we can't participate in. I can never stop my mind from thinking. I will tell you that I let that storyline run in me for years. Honestly, I kept thinking, I can't meditate. Well, guess what? Yes, you can, because meditation is physical. If you sit in a chair, set a timer, Rhoda, and sit quietly for 5 minutes and let your mind do whatever it wants. Your heart knows that will start a wave, a tsunami of peace, that once it starts to wash over you, when you drop down into your life and keep going, you will definitely have progress. Oh, I know, divine timing. That's why when they talk about how the heart has a greater intelligence than the mind, it kind of makes me laugh, because once I understood about meditation that I don't have to quiet my mind, that my mind is a servant to my spirit, and that both my mind and my heart are controlled by spirit. Today's message is from that divine intelligence of your own heart. Now, as you feel the warmth of your hand entering into your chest, you are driving attention to your heart. You might want to Google the Heart Math organization, because they have so many ideas and beautiful techniques to connect with the heart. And also, you know, I'm here for you, Rhoda. When you're ready for a reading, be sure to reach out, okay? I will be glad to serve you in that way. But I feel your heart is calling today. Can you put 5 minutes in, Rhoda? Can you give yourself permission? Sit in a chair, turn off your eyes. Just close your eyes and simply observe what's going on. Listen to the sounds you hear. Listen to anything within your home, the ticking of the clock, the rain. It's raining here today. But remember that your heart is very smart. Say that after me. My heart is smart, because it is. And even though it seems difficult to make that move to close learning about your mind, it's possible. If I can learn, Lord knows all of y'all can learn, okay? Now, I will tell you at the top of my screen, Rhoda, it's 6-6. We have 6 listeners and 6 thumbs up. So do go to your search engine and search for the spiritual meaning of 66, because I believe there is a very special message for you there. Okay? All right, next we have Mystic Christina. I'm so glad, Mystic Christina. I did give you a couple of messages over there in WhatsApp. I felt that a couple of the readings in the last couple of days have been very poignant for your situation. Thank you so much for being so loyal to my channel, even though you have your share of distractions. I appreciate you. Okay, excellent. Are you a Scorpio, Rose? I'm a Scorpio too. Oh, good. I'm glad that they are blessing you, Mystic Christina. I know you live in a different country and so far from me, but the truth is that in spirit, we are connected. There's no accident that you are watching this reading today. So, November 2nd, I'm November 4th. 2 roses make a right. Ha ha. Yes, I'm celebrating. It's Scorpio time. I can't believe a whole year's gone by. I'm like, holy moly. And November 28th, excellent, a Sagittarius. But you're kind of cuspy, aren't you? Isn't it kind of cuspy? Anyway, let's move forward. I'm so enjoying your company today, you guys. Let me sip my tea. Having these longer readings is a real treat for me, because during the week I only do 5-card messages from Spirit, and today we get to just sit and be together. Sipping my tea, green tea with oat milk. I made a latte out of it. It's so good. Okay, so we have Mystic Christina and the Five of Cups. This one is kind of telling, isn't it, Christina? Let's see. All right. The Five of Cups is, they're all of the fives in the decks. All of the fives have to do with some sort of conflict, some sort of inner conflict. And today, as we look at the cup, and I'm relieving myself of my human knowledge of your situation, Christina, because I can give all kinds of advice because when I know somebody's situation, I have lots of creative ideas. But this is not about me and my ideas. This is about your heart. All right. So there is a bit of process. This is a card of process. All right. The Five of Cups, the general meaning in our modern language is don't cry over spilled milk. Okay. And the theme of this card is that over your lifetime, Christina, your heart has been right there with you through a variety of disappointments and losses that you cannot detach from your heart. This figure looks like you to me, interestingly enough. I know that you don't have very long hair right now, I don't think, but when I think of this figure, I see a resemblance. And many times when disappointments have happened, we are able to release ourselves from past disappointments. Back here in the card, this almost looks like a tornado, and I think it also looks like a path. And I think what that shows me, Christina, is that your heart wants to encourage you and inspire you. That even though tornadoes have ripped through the landscape, they have created a path. And that's a divine mystery I can't come close to explaining. But I can see that right now your heart is very proud of you because you are allowing this latest event, whatever it is, that you are allowing it to pass and flow. It's a little hesitant. It's like, I don't really want to do this, but you feel the wisdom of your heart. And you have been slowly but surely allowing this flow out. The flow of misery is the word that comes to me, disappointment, grief, that as you're releasing ever so slowly the last event that was so damaging, the point is that right here there is a cup full of magic. There is a cup full of magic held in her right hand. All right? So as you have the moments when you are struggling, Christina, because the human part of you, the mind, is so stubborn and picky and harassing, right? Our mind can just make us crazy. The heart, put your hand on your heart, Christina, right now, and anyone else that's listening. When you lay your hand on your chest, the warmth of your hand draws your mind's attention. Okay, so that when your hand, like right now, my hand is on my heart, my chest, and my hand is cold. So I'm aware that my hand is cold. So my mind goes to that feeling. It's a clever way of directing your attention to your heart, and it's physical. All right, you don't have to try to talk yourself into it because learning to release pain it can be a lengthy lesson, and your heart is not pushing you to do it fast. Your heart is pushing you to do it, period. All right? So I use Ho'oponopono in my own life when I'm kind of stuck on something and I can't figure out a way to make my mind behave. And so, I'd love to give you an example of the Ho'oponopono that I personally use here, if y'all don't mind, just a little brief sideways movement. But let's take you, Christina, and let's say that you want to create a Ho'oponopono prayer for your heart. Now, there are 4 phrases in Ho'oponopono, and they are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, and I love you. But I personalize it to the story and it's really helping me. So, Christina, I hope it helps you too and the others that are here right now. Christina 77 is at the top of my screen, so do take time to look that number up today. Lucky 7. I believe it's got a message for you. So, Christina, this is what I would say if I were creating a prayer for you. I would let your heart apologize to you, and then I'm going to speak for you to apologize to your heart. So, your heart wants to speak to you. Hey, Christina, I'm so sorry that everything has been so hard and there's been a lot of interference between you and I. Please forgive me for the times that I seemed to go quiet, and know that I was never quiet. Thank you for hanging in there and trusting me, even though your journey has been tough. I love you. And then if we flip it around and you apologize to your heart. So you might say, hey, heart, I'm sorry that it's so hard to trust you. Please forgive me for holding hard feelings because I have felt so misunderstood. Thank you for beating so steadily and supporting me constantly. I love you. Isn't that cool? I have done this with people. I make up my own apologies from people who have hurt me. I'm telling you, it's life-changing. So, Christina, if I can support you in any way, you know where I am. Just reach out. I'm grateful for this message today from your heart because just like you, your heart is one tough mother effer and will not give up on you, and also appreciates that being in that place of self-pity sometimes is just part of the picture, right? It's part of being human, but your heart can always step up and above it. All right, who's here right now and ready for a reading? Just let me know and I will draw for you. Amber, hi, Amber. Is there a particular question that you have that you would like me to draw a card for? Who else here is ready for a reading? Just let me know. I'd be happy to draw a card for you. Just sipping my tea. It's supposed to rain all day today, and I love the rain so much. I lived in the desert for for longer than 20 years, and I loved it. A general reading, great. And you guys, as I'm pulling cards for everyone, remember that the card is for the collective also. And this message from the heart is for Amber and all of us. All right, Amber, let's see what your heart has for you today. Let's take a look. All right. What is the message here? Oh, okay, Amber. The swords are the swords are the suit of our thoughts. And it seems to me, okay, all right, I'm seeing here is there's been a bit of a tug of war in your mind. It is true that if research is showing that the heart has an intelligence, that the heart has, think about that, your heart is smart. Say that out loud, Amber. My heart is smart, which it is. And your mind is smart also. And if the two of them get in a tug of war, where your mind is pulling you into worry and your mind is pulling you into loss and all the things that have not worked out okay, and yet your heart is saying you're doing better than you think you are. Your circumstances may be a little wobbly, but you are sincerely making progress. I feel that this tug of war between your mind and your heart has been very tiring for you because it's confusing. If your mind is saying, don't you dare forgive that person because what they did was wrong, and yet your heart says, Girl, in order to move forward, you need to let go. Let us guide you. Let the thoughts of the heart draw you forward. And then your mind says, but what if something bad happens again? What will I do? And your heart whispers to you, we will figure it out. Look at all of the things you've gotten through in the past, Amber. Look at how even dark situations in the past did not defeat you. Now notice these thoughts are pulling, these crows are pulling her towards the shore. She's almost where she needs to be, but she is still in the boat. And so your heart is encouraging you to let go of the past. In your mind right now, Amber, I believe there are three people that have hurt your feelings. It could be more than three. I mean, I'm 72 years old, so if I look back and count the number of people who've hurt my feelings, it could either make me want to roll up in a ball or just celebrate that those people are not part of my life anymore, and that's a blessing. But for you today, Amber, seriously, are there three folks in the back of your life who have hurt you? What can you do to let go of them today? Sometimes it's helpful to look in the mirror and look yourself right in the eye and tell yourself, even though I don't know how, I'm letting go of these three people right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm releasing these people to their highest and best right now. It takes courage to say that, but if you say that every day, I promise you that feeds your heart. When you speak the truth to yourself that you don't know how it's happening, you're just allowing it. Your heart flies and it will cause you to coast into the next chapter of your life. Your bags are packed, you've got your cloak around you, your heart knows that this next chapter is going to be good for you. And as you release those characters from your past, you make room in your mind and your heart to develop something new. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. Remember, in a single card reading, as rich as the artistry is, it can only barely touch the surface. If you would love for me to do a private reading for you and create a video where I can use several cards and decks, I'm here for you. The email address is patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. And my website, manifestfaster.com, is filled with resources for you. And especially, there's a section called Start Here. And if you click that, it will bring you some instant information, okay? Oh, excellent. You know what, Amber? Loss is such a tough thing, right, Christina? But when we allow the ripple of that loss to clear our consciousness, we learn so much about ourselves when we go through great trial. And as difficult as that is to hear, it is the truth. It really is. Who else would like a reading today? Who else? I'm going to grab a sip of my tea, and I'm here to answer your questions. So whoever's ready for a reading, go ahead and ask. Yeah, thank you, Christina. Oh, thank you very much, Bina. Let me draw a card for Bina. Bina, my darling. Ooh, airplane's flying by, making a little noise. So, Bina, are you going on a trip soon? When that airplane came by right at the start of your reading, I thought, do you have some travel in mind? Bina, my dear friend, here is a card for you. Ooh, interesting. The death and rebirth card. Now, this is Scorpio's card. So, any of you who are watching right now, and you're a Scorpio, it's our season, right? And so I share in the energy of this card for you, Bina, because it shows that something is changing. Okay, something is changing. That airplane that just went by, I'm wondering if there's something involved with travel or a move that you didn't see coming. It could be a transition in your relationships or your career. But you're a double Scorpio? No way. How did I not know that? I'm a double Scorpio. Wow, no wonder we connected. Bina and I have known each other for a couple years now, right? At least. But this is very moving then, isn't it? It's our card. All of you Scorpios out there. So Bina, what a beautiful, when's your birthday? This card is definitely your heart is celebrating, okay? And what I see about this card is this light and dark. See how the light is mixing with the dark. And often for Scorpio, we do have depth in our feelings, in our personalities. A lot of our family has a difficult time dealing with us because we are strong and mysterious. And I know that you're quite a bit younger than I am and that you're just finishing your schooling and you're looking forward to your career. So happy birthday tomorrow, my dear, dear friend. And so what we are looking at here in this new year for you is that there is a rebirth coming. I love Chris Ann. This is the Light Seers deck. And she is so magical in how she created these cards with each item having intense importance. This hood on the figure is red, which is the color of the root chakra. All right. And so as you get ready to walk more forward away from your family of origin, this next decade for you is going to be all about creating your identity separate from your family. And not to say separate like you won't speak to them or see them. No, 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 not at all. But as you walk out as an adult, I don't know if you were here for the first, hang on, was it the first reading? Oh no, the second reading for Leah. This card came forward. So Bina, you do want to take a look at that card. It's the second reading because the idea of the two stories that are going on right now. One is your parents' story as they're releasing you to be your adult self. And there's also your story that as you separate and make your own decisions, your life is a rebirth. Ironically, that's true throughout your lifetime. And even though I'm 72 right now, I'm not 22, I am still faced every day, here's the eternity sign right here, to allow rebirth. So your heart is here to tell you, first of all, happy birthday. Secondly, to understand that your heart's intelligence is desiring a throne in your life. The mind, and I know that you are a legal professional and that you have spent your schooling learning about legal matters, which is a mental, mindful skill. So, as the skill of training your mind legally, it is a wonderful skill that's going to lead you far, but it's an opposite energy of the heart. It seems that your heart right now arose, so full of coincidences here, right? As you study the law and the logic that makes it work, it's wonderful and it's necessary on the planet, but the heart can feel neglected. Okay, remember, when you close your eyes and sit quietly, what some people call meditation, you will allow your voice. You feel your heart's wisdom in your body. You know how when you cringe, when something frightens you, when your heart goes cold, when you have an opportunity that does not feel right. So for you, your heart wants a birthday present, Bina, and that is a commitment to meditate. All right? There are many wonderful apps out there, and the one I use is called The Way, and it's wonderful. It helps me. I started at 5 minutes a day, and I do 15 minutes right now, which is not a lot of time out of 24 hours in a day. But I'm really starting to sense my heart's approval, and my heart feels happy when I am meditating. Do I control my thoughts? No, I don't even try. Henry Schuckman, who is the founder of the way, is teaching me every day how to experiment with closing my eyes and experiencing my body. And my heart is super happy about that. So, got it? You have a wonderful rebirth happening. There is a transition ahead, and the balance, Bina, between your heart and your mind is going to serve you well, my friend. Okay, Rose. Well, let's draw a card for Rose following up there. Is there anything specific that you would like to know? Do you have a question for Spirit today? Well, for Spirit living in the heart. Do you have a question for it from your heart? And I'll be happy to answer. And anybody else who would love a reading, just let me know. I'm happy to draw a card for you. As I glance at the top of the screen, a moment ago, the number 88 was there. So Rose and Bina, do look up the spiritual meaning of 88. I believe it will bless you. Yes, 88. Okay, and also 8 is the infinity sign. So I just feel that, and again, it's repeated here. The infinity sign is at the bottom of this card. And I think that as we accept that in infinity, there'll always be polarity between various parts of ourselves and then the choice we have is to find that balance, okay? And Rose, I would love to know which way to go in my relationships. Ooh, okay, being pulled in different directions. Okay, let's see what your heart has to say about it. Let me pull a card here. Okay, our Knight of Swords. Okay, so Rose, you did mention that you are in school, and Bina actually had a similar situation when we first met. She was still in school, and she was curious about romance also. And Bina, excuse me, I don't mean to tell your story, but you guys have so much in common. But the idea of how to navigate when you are in school and you're career focused, how do you navigate relationships? Because sometimes it's a good idea to choose and focus on one versus the other. So let's take a look at this though. The Knight of Swords indicates very fast moving energy. The Knight, excuse me, is in a hurry and wants to solve things. Again, the swords are the suit of our thoughts, so is the suit of your mind. All right? So being pulled in different directions, I completely resonate here because as this knight, in the classical tarot, the knight is on a horse, and the horse is galloping as fast as it can. And this symbolizes here that the horse was not fast enough for this knight. The knight was going, oh my gosh, look at that motorcycle. It will go even faster. So the knight hopped off his horse and is relays, like a relay race, running to hop on this motorcycle to go even faster. And the problem here is that if the heart feels like it's been left behind, that if the heart feels out of whack, okay, because this mind that's pulling you right now, Rose, that your mind is saying, I need answers. I need to know what to do about my relationships. I know I'm in school, but Catherine, you don't understand. I can do everything I want to do. And I want to solve this relationship issue right now. And being a student in the law, there's a chance that, I wonder if you're an air sign, but there's a chance that the idea of fairness and of the mind being primary is important to you, maybe more so than other people. But the wisdom that you need is in the heart, Rose. Feeling that you need to make a decision right now. I totally understand that. I feel that pressure as he's running to grab that motorcycle and go even faster towards the solution. However, the heart, we don't see the heart pictured in here. However, I do see the sole of his shoe is red. And so I feel like the footprints have been left in the heart, and it's important that your heart whispers knowledge to you. So let me just take a breath. Okay, all right. Thank you for sharing, Rose. Got a relationship that recently ended. That's, this lack of balance here. And I feel like this crow here, this large crow, which represents your predominant thinking, is a powerful force. But if the situation ended right now, if your situation has ended, Rose, take a breath. Lay your hand on your heart, Rose. Would you lay your hand right on your heart? And just ask quietly, what do you have for me, heart? What do you need for me to know right now? Your heart will not lead you astray. Your heart wants to protect you, and it wants for you to find I don't like the word soulmate as much as I like the words divine counterpart. Isn't that a cool phrase? Divine counterpart. Somebody that is brought to you by the divine that will be an equal partner, a counterpart. Somebody who will understand you, who will get you. They're not identical to you, but they are complementary, where each of you is leaning on each other's strengths, and that you don't harass each other about your weaknesses. There is a reason that things end, okay? And it can be difficult to have endings, right, Christina? I mean, endings suck. I will tell you that right now. Endings are very, very difficult. But the heart has more flexibility than the mind, okay? The heart, excuse me, let me sip my tea. Whenever my throat gets scratchy, I always use that as a symbol of somebody not being able to speak their truth. Oh, an ending and a new beginning for Christina with a move. These readings must all resonate with you. And your heart is guiding you, isn't it, Christina? I mean, your heart is pulling you forward. And back over to you, Rose. If this broke up, it broke up. Your heart was trying to nudge you tenderly to allow this relationship freedom right now. It isn't a good fit for you right now. Your heart adores you and wants for you to find the right person. But have you ever heard you can't chase love, that you don't want to chase after someone? You want to be the magnet. You want for the person to run. Ah, Rose. Yes, oh, bless your heart. I totally get that. It's very difficult when you're trying to trust your heart, but your mind is in disagreement. This is what makes breakups difficult. I spent over 20 years working on breakup recovery with my clients, and I bring that experience to the table. If you think about getting a reading, Rose, because a full reading, I could draw cards for this ex and then draw cards for you and really help you understand here. Sometimes when they leave our life, it's an incredible blessing. If this person was going to return to you, it would have to be different, right? It would have to be fresh. And you would need to hear certain things from this person to make it okay for you. When the heart is, when you're not clear and you're not hearing from your heart, it just means that there's some self-protection going on. Chances are when you were a little kid, you made some vows and promises to yourself about keeping safe and protecting yourself. And when that energy is turned on, it can get very fuzzy. Rose, if you would send me an email, it's patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. I can send you back some video from YouTube that would bring you some comfort, okay? I have several that I've already recorded on heartbreak, and I'm happy to send those to you. So do write to me. In this particular card, because it's so mental, so intellectual, it's showing me that your heart is struggling to be heard. All right? So put your hand on your heart right now, take a breath, and then look in the mirror today and look yourself right in the eye and say this statement. Even though I don't know how, I'm clearly hearing my heart right now. And it may not feel true, but that's the beauty of it, right? The beauty of it, it's trusting. Your heart never stops sending you messages. Look yourself in the eye. Even though I don't know how, I am hearing clearly from my heart right now. If you do that 3 times a day, you will start to feel more comfortable. As long as this separation with the person is going, use it as a time to reconnect to your heart. It is very difficult to work on your career and to work on building a relationship at the same time. And if it's not the right person, you need to know that, like it or not, right? Take that wisdom, don't be in a rush, and connect to your heart. Okay, my friend, so glad that you are here today. Let me grab a sip of my tea. And remember, my dear friend, Rose, is that your inner being, here, let me just draw this here while we're waiting for the next reading. I really love this little figurine because this always represents to me our human self, small and not very capable of processing all the feelings that we have because we're just so, we're untrained and we don't know what we're doing. On the inside of us is our spiritual nature. Most of you, Rose, most of you is spirit living within a human body. We can spend time running away from spirit because we want to be on our own and we want to do life our way. But when we turn to the wisdom of the heart and receive the love the divine has for us, that's when we feel at our highest and best. When you attract people into your life from this team, you will attract a different type of person, okay? You are welcome, my friend Rose. And so for those of you who are, I think I'll just set this right here. If you're new here today, I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, and every day I produce 5-card readings that are love messages from the divine to you. So Rose, make sure you take a look at that playlist on my channel and pick something that you feel would be a good message for you, because divine love is broadcasting on the divine radio channel, the divine internet, and sending messages of love every single day. It's up to us to tune in. So who would like to ask a question? I'm here. Are you curious about what your heart has to say? I would love to draw a card for you. Just let me know. Welcome, welcome to my new friends and my old friends. Who would like a reading? You are so welcome. Let me just give the cards a little ruffle here while I'm waiting. Tracy, welcome. I just want to mix the cards a little bit. Tracy, do you have a specific question to ask your heart? Have I seen you before, Tracy? I can't remember your name. Are you new? And Rose, I was raised in South Bend, Indiana, and I'm a Midwesterner, and so, hey, over there in Michigan. Detroit has seen some troubled times, hasn't it? Oh, great, Tracy, welcome. Sometimes when we look around our lives, it's hard to plug into our heart because if you see people that are hurting, if you're a tender person and you see unfairness or something that's happening that is troubling, our hearts can get involved, can't they? And we hurt for other people. From Manchester, all right, well, welcome aboard. And what, is there a question? Oh, wonderful to connect with you too, Rose. Are you new to my channel or have you been here before? And Tracy, oops, hang on a second. Tracy, do you have a question, my friend, or do you just want to hear generally what your heart has for you? Thank you guys for being here with me today. Okay, let me spread our cards out. General reading, oh, my pleasure. What does Tracy's heart have for her? So the cards are sticky today, right now, Tracy, and I know it's partly because it's raining here. And I know you have a lot of rain over there, but it's striking me that there's a sticking point, that there's something, there's a saying that's popping into my mind, like something stuck in your craw. And I'm not even sure what that means, but I'm thinking that there might be some thinking going on, some, what do you call it, like obsessive thinking, where your mind is kind of running in circles. So let's just see, what does your heart have for you? And we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. I'm just going to move this out of the way because it's distracting me. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles. Okay, thank you, Christina. Stuck in your craw. Yeah, it's like you something can stay stuck in your mind. Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if we could arrange that something would get stuck in our heart? Like when our mind wants to pick on us, self-criticism, bossiness, you're doing this wrong. Why are you doing that? Nobody will do that. Nobody likes you. I don't fit anywhere, right? Once that mind goes slipping down that slippery slope of self-criticism, it's a disaster, Tracy. So your heart wants you to know you are not alone. Okay? Tracy, you are not alone. Your heart has been really wanting your attention. The heart to me in this picture is this figure at the top who is looking down at the other two figures. So when your heart is telling you you're not alone, number one, the Creator. We are divinely created. You can't ever slip out of the mind of Spirit. It's not possible for you to live one moment, Tracy, without being connected to Spirit. Okay, so you are not alone, no matter how your mind wants to convince you. Notice this strand that's going down into the drawing here and all the way here. You also have angelic helpers and ancestors who are not visible to you, but they are part of who you are. You are not alone. Spirit has been calling to your heart. This figure here is a little distracted, holding this project. And I feel that's what your heart wants you to know, that even though you have felt a little disconnected and confused right now, whatever's going on, whatever is your situation, the battle has been in the mind. And as these figures are working on this beautiful wall hanging, it's a beautiful piece of art. And it takes all three elements, spirit, mind, and body. All of you needs to be in harmony in order to move forward. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish right now, whatever it is that you want wisdom for, and I appreciate not saying it in the comments because it's private for you, and the needs you have right now for clarity to make that decision that you want to make. It's dependent on you seeking the wisdom of your heart more concretely. Are you an artist by chance or a musician? It seems to me that there is a creative angle to this, that I think I'm getting the sense that in your past you were more creative. And creativity can come out in all different ways. I mean, you could be a creative cook. I have a friend who's a creative housekeeper. She loves cleaning her house. She gets all of her products out and her gloves and her rags and her broom, and she is whistling while she works. It's like from Snow White. She loves cleaning the house. And when she does it, it's creative. Okay. For you, I'm sensing that there's some, yes, I figured there's your heart is where creativity lives. So the more mentally tied up you are, the less freedom in the heart. So I would create a drawing, an art piece of music. Use your creativity to connect with your heart and create an intention. Tell your heart, hey heart, how are you today? Please guide me. Please keep me company while I make this creation. Because as you pull your heart into the triad with your angels and spirit guides and the divine, you are going to advance farther. Because it's pentacles, it could be in your money life or in your relationships. I know the cups are the suit of our emotions, but how we materialize our relationships has a lot of pentacle energy in it. All right. So create something. I am a fiber artist. I like to do crochet, and I don't crochet in the summer. I think just because it's hot, but I have a couple of projects. I already have the yarn, I have the hooks and the needles, and I can start creating and then set that intention. Okay, Tracy, when you create, set the intention. I am using this creativity to connect with my heart. And then just, you might, another suggestion, Tracy, you could journal and ask your heart, what would you like me to know? And Tracy, there's a secret method of journaling that I love, and that is using your non dominant hand. When you journal with your non dominant hand, it is crazy how revealing it is. How to do it? You take your, I'm right handed, so I would take my right hand and I would write the question. Hi, heart, how are you today? In fact, I should do this today. And then you switch hands to your non dominant hand and you write the answer. It feels very awkward to do this, to write with your non dominant hand. It actually slows you down, and there's a part of your brain that has to be used, right? Because you don't usually use your non dominant hand. And it's accessing a part of your mind that rests in secret, okay? So when you take your dominant hand and you write, heart, I feel disconnected from you. How can I connect? And then you switch hands to your non dominant and write whatever the answer is. Tracy, I believe that is going to profoundly bless you. I wouldn't be surprised if you even didn't have some emotion that goes along with this. Now, those of you who are listening and you are piggybacking on Tracy's reading, try that left hand, right hand journaling. I have done it in the past. I haven't done it for a while. I need to, where I actually use a different color pen in each hand and make it a little bit more colorful. But the wisdom and the revelation you'll get is so personal. So do give it a try, would you, Tracy? Maureen, welcome, my friend Maureen, one of my most faithful watchers and listeners to the channel. Thank you so much, Maureen. Would you like a message from your heart? What would you like to ask your heart today? Welcome to the rest of you. If you're new here, hello, I'm Catherine, and this is Pattern Breaker Tarot. We are all about breaking up any patterns that are holding us back from being who we want to be. Do you wish you were more patient? Do you wish you had a partner? Do you wish you were that you had more money? You are welcome, Tracy. Thank you so much for being here. And do come back. Watch for the daily Divine Love readings because they have been amazing. Kane, welcome, my friend. Glad to see you today. Maureen, what do you have a question? Or do you just want a general message from your heart? And Kane, what would you like to hear? What if you were to ask your heart any questions, what would it be? How do I mend my heart from my son's reaction abuse? Okay, so your heart has, no, what does your heart need, right? How do I mend my heart? What does my heart want me to know about this abusive situation? What does your heart want you to know? The energy today. Let me pull a card for you. And we have the Lover's card. The Lover's card is profound. In the ancient times, it it meant that a difficult choice was needing to be met. All right, and lovers, of course, many people immediately think romantic lovers, but you know what? Our romantic lovers are feel like a walk in the park compared to some of our family relationships. Isn't that true? I know, Christina, you can certainly resonate there, where the some of the challenging, I would say some of the most challenging relationships of your life can be in the family, because the idea of feeling like a fish out of water, where you feel like you don't belong in your family. Now, I'm going to speak as the child first, because I grew up in a very chaotic family, and brokenness, and people were cruel to one another. There was a lot of what went on when I was a kid that was frightening and scary. And so the fish out of water, how did sweet me get planted in this family? Okay. Oh, I love the right hand, left hand. That this love, it's supposed to be there. You think the family, it's supposed to be there. So like, if your child does not treat you as well as you think they should, your heart says to you, there's a part of that that is normal, and it's to be expected, because we don't understand enough to be everything for our family members. And when there's a child, if you have an adult child who's acting out, sometimes you need to take strong steps about that. And sometimes it means tough love. Now, I am not here with legal advice, or I'm not a counselor or a psychologist, but speaking from the heart, your heart is wanting, first of all, for you to know that your heart and you are forever linked. That if you imagine this is a big heart, okay, then the heart would go way up here and around, right? Just imagine this red is a heart. Can you do that with me, Maureen? So it goes way up here and drops down and drops all the way over here. That your heart wants you to know that even now, when you're suffering, you are completely loved. You may need some counsel from a professional, either a counselor, psychologist, social worker, pastor, or even the legal system, to get counsel, to get choices, and know how you're supposed to deal with this adult child. However, in this picture, there is not room. In this particular energy, there's only room for you and the divine, you and the creator. Sometimes that is our biggest answer of hope, is to lean into the divine like you never have before. It's important that we protect ourselves. It's important that we are not in any danger. But the reality is tough choices. Even in loving situations where it's a person that you're dating or a person that you're married to, that it's not supposed to go on. There's misery within the dynamic. I do feel like some professional advice may be helpful for you, Maureen, especially if you're in any sort of harm's way, and make sure that you are choosing what's highest and best for you. It's very hard when you have adult children who are not walking right. You know, they're sometimes not in their right thinking, and their habits of anger and their reactionaryism can harm us, and none of us have to put up with that. It's a big situation, Maureen, that I'm feeling for you. So please do take care of yourself and make sure that you honor your heart. Honor your heart. I love that you tried Yes, that's where I'm sensing that your heart is guiding you to some tough decisions, and so I feel like getting that advice that you need. And tarot is not about that. Like tarot is how could I say it? It's like like you're on the road of life, and you know the information signs over the freeway that say Los Angeles in 20 miles or whatever it says, that's what the cards are. They're little indicators of where your energy is, and they help direct you along the path. And sometimes getting some professional advice is the very best thing to do. But this Lover's card is coming from your heart, and so your heart is feeling definitely that you need to make a hard decision, but also to know that you are fully loved in the midst of it. Taking this one more step, I'm just noticing here how she is clinging to his dreads here. See how she's clinging to his dreads? And so if we allow this figure who is in the shadow, and she is releasing the figure, she's releasing this person out to their highest good and still seeking the divine as her creative partner. It may be this letting go, just being able to let go of this person and to allow them into their future. Sometimes we're dealing with some challenges within our adult child. We cannot solve that problem for them. I know clearly my kids are in their 40s, and I've seen a lot of things I never thought I would see when they were little. And it's not easy being the parent of adult children. So, Maureen, all of my love I send to you, and I will be holding you in my energy this week. I just so encourage you to follow your heart, talk to your friends and the people who can guide you, and see if you can get some good advice, okay? All right, anybody else, would you like to have a card here today? What do you wish to hear from your heart? Oh yeah, that is the way. It's so good. He gives away like 12, I can't remember, to start. He gives several sessions at no cost, and then after the free trial is over, it's $11.95 a month. So it is not terribly expensive, and he's such a good teacher. I just love him. I mean, his voice, it now, if I just think of him starting the meditation that I listen to, I listen every morning. I get up and I go straight to the bathroom. Sorry, you guys, but then I go straight to my chair, and I spend that time, and I love it. Honestly, he's the most. His story is fantastic, and how his childhood and how he came to be a specialist in meditation, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So check it out. Okay, anybody else? I'm here for you. If you're just visiting, I'm Catherine. Hey there. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, and everything we do here is about breaking the patterns of self-defeating behavior. How we get into, how we get in our own way. And today we're talking about the battle between the mind and the heart, and knowing that there's two intelligences. The brain is intelligent, but the heart has an intelligence of its own. And there is research out there that says the intelligence of our heart is smarter than our brain. It does a different sort of work, but once you start to establish a relationship with your heart, you will bring so much balance and peace into your life. Anyone else who would like a card? Did I forget anybody? Have you been here and I missed you? If so, just let me know. Just give my cards a riffle. Today we are working with a Light Seers deck, one of my very favorites. Who would like a reading? Imagine, I always love to imagine that we're at some street fair and you just walked up and saw my beautiful tablecloth, and you see the other people getting the readings, and you wonder, what's going on over there? And you wander over and receive this reading. Remember, if you would love to have a video for yourself, Isn't that great, Maureen? The heart sends more signals to the brain than the brain signals to the brain. Love it. Could you pull a card for Taurus and one for Leo? One card one reading per person, Rose. But thank you for your request. But I only do one card per reading for people. If you would like more cards for Taurus and Leo, contact me because a personal reading might be just what the doctor ordered. Okay. Anybody else want to have a card pulled for what your heart wants for you to know today? Don't be shy. Who would like a reading? Oh, my website, my mind is reminding me, or maybe it's my heart. Manifestfaster.com would be wonderful. I would love to see you over there. Oh, great, Rose. I'll look forward to hearing from you. And then thank you, Bina, for putting my information on there. Yes, I had such a remarkable experience. I read a book called E Squared. I think it was 2015, I believe. I read the book E Squared, and it's by Pam Grout, and it is so fun, you guys. It's a manifesting recipe book. I mean, it tells you exactly what to do to manifest. And so I followed the recipe, and I'm telling you, I manifested the most amazing year. A hot air balloon ride came about, a free cruise, I'm not kidding. Money came in. I can't list all of the wonder that fell into my lap. And a lot of it was after I read her book. So I wrote her a letter, and I thanked her for her book because I loved it so much. Well, guess what? She contacted me, and she asked if she could interview me. And she did, and she ended up putting my story into the book Thank and Grow Rich. It's a wonderful book on gratitude because honestly, gratitude, the heart is filled with gratitude and the mind is filled with judgment. That's the truth. And so I was honored that she put my story in her book, and she also put my website, Manifest Faster. And so I've had a constant string of people who have found my world through her beautiful book ever since 2016 when it was published. And I never planned on that. It was, I don't know why that manifested for me, but I know that as I plugged into gratitude and really started to open my heart to possibility, my whole life changed. So, okay, are we done? Nobody else wants a reading? No problem. No problem. Me and Murphy will go off and have a fun day. Thank you so, so much, you guys, for joining me. I am so delighted to do these readings for you. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on our daily love readings. So please keep your eye peeled, subscribe so that you're notified when I go live, and I will see you next week. Love you guys. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.